Now then, Mr. Wilkes. See, I'm doing this in stages. Now I've drained the potatoes. Right, so like I said, just waffling on here. But, hey? Right, here we are, happy as can be. Now then, I'll sort this out in a bit. I'm going to peel these now, I'm not going to put you through all that. Now, I'm having to work with what I've got. This is a master baking sort of, well, it's for Lucy really. Now you may have seen my Dave and Lucy's breakfast special, which I spoke to Lucy about and asking her, can she remember how it came about, so on and so forth. Now I did a schoolboy error on that one because I had my little microphone here, but I hadn't plugged the cable in on the camera. So all that was the sound from the camera. Well, and the other camera. The other camera which I'm not using today. So anyway, so this little master baking session is a very quick one, hopefully, and it is just for roast potatoes. Lucy was doing a slow cooked beef. She's in Southampton, by the way, with her boyfriend Joe. She's doing teacher training and he got himself a job. So yeah, so they're doing okay, but another thing is, Lucy's a bit concerned about Joe. She said he's put on a lot of weight. So I said, put him on the Dolly Parton diet. So she says, well, what does that do? I said, well, it'll make Joe lean, Joe lean, Joe lean, Joe lean. Yeah, you probably have to be at a certain age to get that one. And talking of certain ages, I'll come back to you on that again in a bit. But anyway, first of all, I normally use Mary's Pipers. I recommend Mary's Pipers. Now, this is the only one I've got of a decent size. There's a big, massive one, about that big, in the cupboard, but I'm keeping that for Christine in case she wants a jacket potato. So these are red from Tesco's. Now, I don't know whether you can tell the size of that. It must be about 9 inches, yeah? That. So I'm going to half that. So that's the size I like them to be. That will be a full one. These will be halved, these 9 inches. What do you mean? So yeah, so I'm going to make 6, 7 roast potatoes. So I'm going to leave you there for now and I'm going to prep everything. You don't want to watch me doing all that. And thing is, I like to get them in a pan of water and leave them just in the pan of water. Well, I normally do them, when we're doing Sunday dinner, I normally do them, say, 8 o'clock in the morning, put them in the pan of water, leave them until 2:30 when I start to boil them. So I'll talk you through everything that I do. There's an half-time mixture that goes on them. So it's not just a matter of throwing them in a pan of boiling water, parboil them and throw them in the oven. So Lucy apparently did the roast beef fine on Sunday, but she had a bit of a problem with the roast potatoes. They didn't turn out too good. But I think I was trying to give her too much information at once and she was getting a bit stressed. So this one's for you, Lucy. Well, anybody else, really. Now then, Mr. Wilkes. Apple juice. Well, it is 4 o'clock. Oh, no, it's not. 3 o'clock. Now, you might be wondering what I'm making with these roast potatoes. And, well, Christine has been to Tesco's recently and got these meal deals. I don't know if you've seen them. Actually, some of them aren't bad if they've got them in stock. I think they're becoming more popular now. You can get like a main dish. Well, you get a main dish, a side, a dessert and a bottle of wine for 10 quid. And they're selling the bottle of wine for 7 quid. So if you just bought the bottle of wine, it was 7 quid. So you get a meal for 2 basically for 3 quid. Not everybody's cup of tea, but we've had gammon steaks in there. Them were quite nice. What else has she got? Well, I keep trying to encourage her to get more, but because I've run out of wine basically. But she said there's not been much in there recently, so she'd just come back with a couple of like the main dishes. I think they were on special offer. And the one that she's got me for that I'm having with this, that when I looked at it, I thought, oh, I need some roast potatoes to go with that. It's let me have a look. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Bourbon pulled beef with creamy mash, slow cooked pulled beef in a smoky bourbon barbecue flavour sauce with creamy buttery mash and crisp fried onions. Now that's microwave 8 minutes altogether. Don't normally do things like that really, being a master baker, but simple. Now Christine loves the roast potatoes and she probably just have roast potatoes for a tea. I don't know what Christine's having. But anyway, I'm preparing my half-time mixture. And what I've got here is some chopped coriander, plenty of it, because I'm just going to throw it away basically. It needs using, so it don't matter. I might have a little dish like that, Dishy Dave's dish. So a couple of depends on how many potatoes you're doing. A couple of tablespoonfuls of olive oil. If you're doing for like 10 people, you need about 4 or 5 tablespoons of that. And then in there, I'll put some. Let me give that a bit of a shake. Balsamic vinegar. Just probably a tablespoon in there. Now, a bit weird that lid. Got some garlic cloves, I'm just going to put those in. Now, see, I like to put these in. I'm about an hour and a half away from when I'll be actually using this, but I like the garlic and everything to sort of infuse. So I will put salt and pepper in that normally. I'll switch this bloody thing on. I didn't do that yesterday, did I? Sunday. Schoolboy error. Anyway, I would normally put salt and pepper in there, which you can do. You can put whatever you want in there. So I'm putting, like I say, coriander. If I haven't got any coriander, I'll put dried rosemary, dried thyme, dried marjoram, dried any sort of, well, Italian spices, things like that. But I'm going to go back to the Chinese style salt and chili pepper seasoning. I'm going to put some of that in. Where's my spoon gone? That's a goose fat. Yeah, so I'm going to put a bit of this in. Not too much. I mean, you won't be able. It's not going to kill it. Probably too much now, really. It's not going to kill it because it'll be spread out and it goes in with all the goose fat and blah blah blah. So yeah, put that in. Let that get soaked up in the oil and the balsamic vinegar. Give that a stir up, think about. Now Christine's at work. I've had to send her a message because I think Nathan took some of my beers when he called the other day. Seemed to have don't have a lot at all. In fact, I've got one more of them and a bottle of something or other. Yeah, so I mean there is a lot, probably about 3 times more than I usually use of the coriander in there, but it doesn't really matter. Right, so I'll leave that there. So that goes at half time. So I will be parboiling the potatoes, and I keep them in cold water for quite a while. Some people say put boil water and then put the potatoes in and then parboil them for whatever. I leave them in the pan of cold water, bring the cold water to a boil, simmer them for, well, boil them for 8 minutes. And then, anyway, we'll come back to that later, shan't we? You'll be able to see me do that. Right, anyway, so Gwen Richards. If you've watched the one about the breakfast thing, she was the old ladies joke. Well, I don't know why she keeps sending me things about old people. I think she thinks I'm old. This one's for exercise for people over 60s. Over 60. Do I look over 60? Bloody hell. Anyway. I've been doing this for quite a while now. And it does work. I mean, you can tell. Look at my physique. So anyway, if you get 2 £5 potato bags and hold them in your arms like that for a minute. I mean, I haven't got 2 at the minute, so I can't show you, but make sure you've got enough room. You're not going to break anything. And just hold them like that for a minute. And then do that for a few days. Then move up to £10 potato bags. You'll get used to it, don't worry. And as you get used to it, you go to £20 then. That gets a bit tough. And then £50. And then you can go up to £100. Now that's where I'm at the minute, because I've been doing this for quite a while. Now once you get up to there and you're very, very comfortable with it, you can put a potato in each bag then. So that's the exercise for over 60s. Right, what am I up to? Right, so I put the tray in the oven with the goose fat and the butter. Did I tell you about that? See, I'm doing this in stages. Now I've dreaded the potatoes. Oh, and I've put tenable on, but it wasn't tenable anymore. It's the winning combination or something or other. Right, so drain off the tatties and give them a right good. Ooh, them are chuffing up nicely. I'll have to bring it over to you, I think. Take the lid off and let the steam dry. And then you can see them nicely chuffed up potatoes there. The more they're chuffed, the chuffed you get. Right, so now, what I do now, you see, whilst the goose fat, or whatever you want to use, you can use butter, oil, whatever. I normally now get some more olive oil. Yeah, the winning combination. I've turned the sound down on it so it doesn't disturb you. Sprinkle some olive oil over the tatties. Now I have a feeling we haven't got the sea salt that I like. There's a thing. No, that's empty. I normally like to use the sea salt grinder, but a sprinkling of sea salt, whatever salt you want. Don't use salt. You don't. I mean, in fact, I think I should cut down on salt. And then some pepper. Now I know I've put the salt and pepper stuff in the mixture, so it's personal choice really. It never seems to be too salty. And now that's nicely bubbling away in there. So, oh, do you know what I've just been doing? I got a bigger spoon for when I'm doing the half-time mixture, and I went, and it broke. So I've had to get another one. So anyway, right, so get the thingamabob out. This is going to be an hour now, and it's now 5 to 4. Ooh, I did warn it might be 5 o'clock. I don't know if you can hear that sizzling there. But Now, this is what I was trying to tell. See that Lucy used to love them bits in there. I might have some myself in a minute. But this is what I used to try to tell Lucy. Eh? What am I talking about? Should I use that? See, I get... This is what I was trying to tell Lucy, that if they have a lot of space in the pan or in your roasting tray, they'll tend to cook a lot quicker than if they was all like crammed in. You know, these have got bloody loads of space. Could have probably got away with a smaller. So, I don't know if you can see that from here. I'm just whapping some of the goose fat and butter over them. And I'll keep that for half time, I think. Oh yes, this is what Lucy used to... I'll do that in a... Oh. Multitasking. Anyway, have you heard about Greggs? Apparently, they're making deliveries by drones. I just think that's pie in the sky. Anyway, so put the timer on for 30 minutes. Now, I think this is where Lucy went wrong. I don't think she did them for an hour, because I think I told her to do them for 25 minutes. But if she were doing quite a few, then they would need longer. So, Lucy used to love, because in here you see what you've got in this pan. Mashed potato. Bit salty. Better wash that. Right, so now we've got half an hour. I like washing up as I'm going along, not like a big bloody pile of them at the end of it. So in half an hour, I'll take them out, I'll come back to you and show you what I'm doing. If I can do it on here, probably can. What else? I think that's it. Half time, just basically... I better ask Christine about that, because I don't normally do that. Christine's the half time person. Or talking about football, half time, get it. BBC, I don't know what's going on there. Have you heard the crap that they've come up with now? Well, you can't say match of the day. Well, you know, match of the day, you can't say man of the match anymore on BBC. It's not allowed. I'm guessing it's got to be player of the match. I mean, but... So on match of the day, they've got all these Premiership games, and there's no women playing any of them, is there? As far as I know. Well, a few girls, isn't there? But you can't now say man of the match. So who do you pick as man of the match? It has to be, I'm guessing it's got to be player of the match, hasn't it? And you can't say fisherman. It has to be fisher person, I'm guessing. What is the world coming to? It's an absolute joke. Good grief, what's it going to be like in 50 years? Well, I won't find out. Well, I'll be... If I live for another 50 years, I'll be 80 odd then, won't I? Yeah. Maths isn't my strong point. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'm forgetting what I'm doing now. So I've texted Christine, I did tell her that I'm running very, very short of beer, and roast potatoes depend on how much she brings of it home for me. So anyway, she said that she was going to the Co-op, and I've asked her what she wants with the roast potatoes, and she says probably just roast potatoes. So I did tell her, she says she likes them, didn't I? Right, so like I said, just waffling on here. It's like, hey? Bloody tipping points on now, I was confused then, I thought I don't remember them. Right, so I'm going to watch a bit of Tipping Point for half an hour and I'll come back to you. Oh, so you do it. Well, I don't know if you can hear that, but I do like a bit of Tipping Point. I do shout at the telly though. What are you going for that bloody drop zone for? I don't know if they can see it. I mean, when it shows the camera, like we look right down on it now. See, look, drop zone 4. You know, you can't see that from here, but oh, she's gone for it. Drop zone 4. Right. Anyway, half time is upon us. Now, normally my glamorous assistant will do this, so I'm winging it basically. Not bad. Anyway, I don't know how to mention it because, like I said, I've been doing this in stages. Well, I'm on a King Goblin now. Really nice. This trouble is it's 6.5%, something like that. Whereas my Strongbow that I can drink all day, about 4. That is nice. So temperature oven, 180 degrees fan, 200 degrees centigrade. Gas mark, whatever, don't know, no idea. Fahrenheit, not a clue. So 180 degrees fan, that's what I have it on, for half an hour, and then they look almost done now, you see, because they've got a lot of room on their own. Look. Can you see it? Oh, I better not try and be careful. Right, so what you've got to do now is turn them over, but also move them about. But I've just shook them all in, so like Christine would normally move the ones from inside to outside, turn them over. Oh, they're looking very crispy, these. She would turn them over like this. Like I say, I move the ones from outside to inside, but because I've just cocked it up and they've all gone to one end, I don't know which is which. And because they've got their own little space, they're looking very cooked as it is. So then, get your half-time mixture. Ooh. And whap it over. Now, like I said, there's probably 4 times as much coriander here as I would normally use. Well, Chrissy likes coriander, so I like to keep her happy. So spread all that all over, might as well. And then, now this is going to take half an hour in the oven because of, like I say, it's got that much. They've got that much room. Each individual potato, they cook quite quickly. Whereas if you've got quite a lot of them, then oh God, you should have known that. Yeah. So. Right, basically that's it. A quick brush for this. All this lovely goodness round here. Right, back in the oven. And then, well, I'm hoping she's going to be home in about 10 minutes. Because these will probably only take, I'm going to put it on for 15. No, sorry, I'm going to put it on for 10. 10 minutes now. Now, like I say, it would normally be an hour. So another half an hour on there. And sometimes with roast potatoes, when we're doing a Sunday dinner, they can come out of the oven if they're looking like they're getting a little bit cooked. And then go back in. But it's better to do it that way than be having to wait for them for ages. I think that's what happened to Lucy on Sunday. So anyway, right, in the James Bond film series, which actually played 007 for Daniel Craig, Did you hear that? Right? What? Oh, it was, weren't it? Pierce Brosnan. Yeah. That were a shame, weren't it, about Sean? Been a few, haven't there, come this year? Robbie Ball, Sean Connery. I don't know, quite a lot. Right, anyway, what we're talking about. Right, I'm hoping someone says she got co-op. Getting my beers. Right, the boss is home. Got me some beers to keep me going. So let's have a quick look. I've turned the oven off now because I'm thinking I need to get a glove for that. I'm thinking they're done, me. Oh, like I say. Right. Nice and crispy on the outside. Might have to scrape some of that coriander off some of them. You don't want to put that much coriander on. Ow! Yeah, must be enough glove. Yeah, nice crispy on the outside and nice and fluffy, hopefully, on the inside. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you at least give them a try. I'm sure Lucy will. And subscribe, please subscribe. There will be more master baking coming from me, I'm sure. I'm getting away with that really, but I've had no complaints yet. I've complained to Ofcom. I've seen 2 adverts today with all white people in it. Scandalous. See you later.